Hey everyone, so we're back for another Pixlr tutorial, and this time I'm going to show you how to use a custom font, but we're not going to download the font due to some just technical difficulties within the division on our Chromebooks where we can't physically download and use fonts. So I'm going to show you a trick on how to download the font, take a screenshot, bring it in as a picture. So it's a bit of a cheat, but should work. And I'd like to show you these techniques. And so that way we can personalize our banner, the title, and get around this font issue because we can't download fonts on our Chromebooks at the moment, that is. So please follow me through this. I'm going to show you to open up font in dafont.com. We're going to take a screenshot. We'll learn how to do that. And then we're going to import it into Pixlr and edit that picture, get rid of the background, make it look like you actually typed in this custom font. So here's the tricks. So I'm in Pixlr at the moment, and you can see that I've got Dan Clement in a different style of font. Now this is called a display font. And where I got that was in dafont.com. So here it is on the screen, dafont, and you can type in dafont.com. And so it's dafont.com, and there's all sorts of categories. This is pretty cool, guys. What you can do is find things that you're interested in. Like if you're into comic books, there's a whole page of fonts, all comic book style. And so I'd like for you to find anything that personalizes it to you. These are Mexican. There's all sorts. Roman, Greek, all sorts. Destroy if you want like kind of a distressed looking font. Now I'm going to warn you, fonts in Dafont are great. There's a lot of variety there, but they're not always the best. You hit and miss. There's great fonts, there's not so great, there's okay, there's a mix of everything when it comes to quality. But here we're taking screenshots, so quality, well, it'll be just screen capture quality at 72 pixels per inch. So we're not going to worry too much about that because we are doing a bit of a cheat here. You can also search 1001 fonts, which is another site that you can find something that maybe personalizes you a bit more. Find a font that represents who you are for your title, for your event, for your banner. And another good one that I really like using is Font Squirrel. So this one here is, it's not showing the font itself at the moment. There's a bit of an error, but believe me, this is a great resource, and the categories are on the right here. So they have display fonts, script, slab serif, sans serif, casual, contemporary. You can pick what you'd like. And take your time. Often designers will take hours to select fonts or really have a favorite category. So take your time to find what you like and find those favorites. Another cool one that was introduced to me today was Font to You. So these are all links that I can share with you in the Google Classroom, but I'm giving you a sneak peek at these websites. So let's go to Dafont. The font that I used was in the home page, and I could pick something a bit different. I don't mind the look of this Uptown Market or even the Madara Studio, but I'm going to pick the Uptown Market just because of its simplicity. So I'm going to click on it, and I like how it gives you an example of what it could look like in your design. So that's cool. It gives you ideas, and it could structure something totally different that you didn't think of. So Uptown Market, I'm going to put custom, the custom type feature. So I'm going to type in my name, Dan. So you would type in your name in this case, then Clement. Okay. And if you're doing the graphic design banner, you just type in graphic design. So maybe I'll do that, graphic design. And in the size, I want large, and click submit. So I've got a preview of graphic design in the Uptown Market demo font. And so this looks great. Now I'm ready to take a screenshot of this, okay? You can take a screenshot. If you look on the screen here, on your keyboard of your Chromebook, you do Control and hold Control at the same time, press on that middle button, the one that has, it looks like a rectangle with two other rectangles underneath it, like overlapping rectangles. That's how you do a screenshot. If you want to take a selection, like a selected area, just hold Shift at the same time as you do this. So you could also do Control Shift with that same screenshot button near the top of your keyboard. And that will allow you to select an area without cropping. But I'm going to just do an entire screenshot of the whole page and then crop it in Pixlr. So that's how you do it on the Chromebook. And on my computer, I'm just going to do a snip. I have a program called Snipping Tool. I'm going to use that. Go over to Uptown Market. And I'm going to make a new snip of this whole page. Because that's what you're doing with your Chromebook. You're taking a screenshot. And it's going to download to your downloads folder on your Google Drive or on your computer. And I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm going to save this one to my desktop because I'm on a PC computer. Desktop, and I'm going to call this Custom Text. When you save your screenshot, you don't need to name it. It's going to automatically download it to your computer, and you can view it under your recents or your downloads to open it. Custom text. I'm going to save that. So I'm ready to go. So let's go into Pixlr now. If you want to open up, I'm going to close this in fact. You want to save? No. So in Pixlr, it's going to ask you to open an image from your computer. Let's go ahead and do that. Open an image. And we're going to open up our screenshot first. So I'm going to go to my desktop. This is where you go to your downloads or your recents, okay, on your Chromebook. And you'll find your screenshot. And you got to open it. So mine is on the desktop. And I called it Custom Text. I'm going to open it. Here it is, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this, okay? If you did the Control Shift screenshot button, you will have a nice cropped version of your text. Then you skip this step, right? You don't need to crop it at that point. But I'm showing you as if you took the entire screen and you need to crop it. So I'm going to use my cropping tool on the top left here and carefully crop just the text that I want to keep, which is graphic design. And you can edit those little blue bars, and they're nodes actually, and you can edit that, make it perfect. Once it's right, hit enter on your keyboard. And I'm ready, and I have a graphic design picture. I'm going to scale this down, go to the corner, okay, move it down. Now I'm going to open up my banner that I've been working on. So I'm going to go File, Open Image, go under my Google Drive account, Exploration of Graphic Design, Semester 2, Graphic Design, Web Banner. Okay, I'm going to open up this same one I had earlier, the PXD file, okay? And in fact, I had a blue one. I might open up the blue raised banner. I'll open this one up. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of the text. So I'm going to take graphic design and move it into this banner that I've been working on. So first step, make sure to click on the custom text image, the one that I'm shaking around here. Drag the background layer into your banner that you just opened. So there it is. It's really all I'm doing is I'm taking the picture of the screenshot, I cropped it, and I'm dragging that layer into my banner. That's it. I'm just transferring an image into it. So I've got that. There's a quick and easy way to do this. I can go into my toggle layer settings, which are open already. But here, I'll zoom into what it is. So the toggle layer settings look like a box with two little lines. And so that's what you want to click on. It'll bring up opacity and the mode. So that's what I want. I want the mode here. And I'm going to want to select darken. Okay, I'm going to zoom out, show you what this does. Click on darken. It'll knock out anything that's white. Any light colors will disappear. You can play around with all the modes, like hard light, difference, alpha. You'll see different layer modes will do different things. So darken is what I want. That's good. And you could use this. If this is good, I can place where I want it. But as soon as I need to change the color, then I need to select the text, make a new layer, which I will show you shortly. What if you want to make this bigger? Well, I go to Edit, Free Transform, and I can go to the corner and watch. I can stretch this, but it looks terrible if I squish it or stretch it out. It may be the effect you want, but what I want is to keep it proportionate. So hold Shift and drag to make it a little bigger to the desired size. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Hit Enter once you're happy with that. Use your Move tool to position it. I like how it's at the top there. Now I want to change the color of this. So I'm going to introduce you to the wand tool. Okay, so we're going to use the wand tool and make sure that the contiguous check button is off. There's no check mark there. It most likely will come check marked as default, and if it does, just check it off. Okay, what that does is it allows you to select all of the black of your text. If the contiguous is on, I'm going to hit Control D to get rid of the selection. It will only select one thing at a time. So you see that? I want all of the black selected. So check it off, click on the black, and it'll select everything that was black in your layer. So the magic wand will select blocks of color, and you can do this with images, you can delete things, you can mask things with this. It's a very handy tool. So I've got this. I'm going to do a new layer now. So I click on the new layer button in the layers panel. You don't even need to name it yet. All I'm going to do is pick a color. And here I might just do a dark blue. So you can pick a color within the color picker here, or if you hover your mouse outside of that window and into your banner, you can click around in your banner and find a nice dark blue or a shade of color that you are working with, which I often do. So I'm going to go with a dark blue like that one, click OK. Use the paint bucket tool and click on your text to fill it in with blue. So that I just did it, Control D to deselect. And so now I have a blue graphic design layer. and a black one. So I'm going to turn off the black one and keep the blue one. And this blue text here is free floating. It's custom font. It's an image of a font, but it works. It looks a little pixelated, so I'm going to scale it down. Go edit, free transform. I'm going to scale it down a bit just so it looks a little better, maybe crisper. And if I want to add a drop shadow, I can add a layer style to this. Click on drop shadow, and I can adjust the angle, the distance, the opacity. I could do like a little drop shadow effect if I want, or I could play with bevel, outer glow, all sorts of effects. So I'm going to cancel that because I'm not crazy about that look. And at this point, I would suggest to save. Okay, so again, save by going File, Save. Make sure you named your file or your document, and make sure it's a PXD. And click OK once it's saved. And make sure to save it in the correct area, whether you made a graphic design folder or wherever you prefer to store all of your graphic design files. So thanks for the lesson. I hope this helps you out, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your custom fonts that you brought in to personalize your banners. Take care.